All right, here we go. WWE's Money in the Bank 2025 main event has to be John Cena, your WWE champion, teaming up with Logan Paul against your former WWE champion Cody Rhodes, as well as his good friend Jey Uso. If we go back about a year in the past, no, that was probably like 2 years in the past, because Cody held the title for about a year. Cody and Jey Uso struck up a friendship when Cody brought Jey Uso to Monday Night Raw, where they won the WWE tag titles. It was not a long run. It was not a monumental run. It was more remembered by them showing up drunk to the after pay-per-view press conference. I guess is the one thing more than anything else, with Cody Rhodes saying yeet and such. But I don't know. This match, honestly, to me, has more questions than it does answers that I'm hoping that we're going to get, come Saturday night. John Cena and Logan Paul. We can start there. I do not understand the friendship all of a sudden between John Cena and Logan Paul. On Saturday night's main event, after John Cena had defeated R-Truth, John Cena found Jey Uso in the back, and we had sort of a stare down where basically they had a little talk. And I thought they were just kind of setting us up for the pay-per-view that they used to do, Crown Jewel. Last year at Crown Jewel, they had Cody Rhodes fight Gunther. They had a Crown Jewel championship, where it was the Raw versus SmackDown champion, and they received a new belt. This year, Crown Jewel is not going to be taking place in Saudi Arabia. It's going to be taking place in Australia, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if Saudi Arabia is going to give them the WWE Championship for it to be contested, or if they're just going to be ditching that gimmick after 1 year of doing the bragging rights, sort of Survivor Series style Raw versus SmackDown, who is better. I sort of thought that's where they were going. And then John Cena all of a sudden started saying that he was trying to ruin wrestling. He wanted to leave it in a worse spot that it was in when his year in WWE is done. And he talked about, Jey Uso had to wrestle against a YouTuber. And what if a YouTuber went out and won the WWE Championship? What would that make wrestling look like? Probably the world appeal of Logan Paul would spread out that he is WWE champion. He'd be going on his blog, showing off the belt, this, that, and such. And people who don't really watch wrestling, who follow Logan Paul, would be thinking, what the hell is going on? That this guy has become the biggest star inside of their company. And I thought they were just going to kind of leave it at that, as that these guys have a date set up where they're going to wrestle somewhere down the road. And then all of a sudden, John Cena comes down and interrupts Jey Uso's match. I mean, these guys really have nothing going. I mean, if you really look about, John Cena, I know that he had times where he did, tag team matches with Crime Time back in the day to sort of give him some street cred, I guess you can say. I seem to remember the Usos teaming up with John Cena on Monday Night Raw once or twice as well. So these guys had to at least known each other a little bit. But I don't know why he would want Jey Uso to lose his championship. I mean, there's really nothing going in for that. I can understand if Cena would like to have a champion versus champion match and he wanted to win the World Heavyweight Championship so he could be the last real champion. He'd have both belts that he said he was going to leave with at the end of the year. That would make sense. But, him being friends with Logan Paul, is that something that we have to go off script and we have to sort of make up our own story? Is Travis Scott or The Rock sort of bringing Logan Paul into the fold? Is Logan Paul talking to The Rock on the side? Is Is that something that we have to sort of put together? I don't get it. And for Cody to come down and interrupt them interrupting Jey Uso's match, I get that. But for them to hit him to get on the mic and basically say, like, you've got a tag team partner, I've got a tag team partner, I'll see you at Money in the Bank, that makes no sense to me whatsoever. I mean, Cody Rhodes got hit upside the head with the title belt, and he got counted 1, 2, 3, and he lost his championship. Cody was not going to be champion in WWE forever, but I think, honestly, Cody had seen his number that day, besides for the outside interference from Travis Scott, as well as the referee going down. And I don't know why he wouldn't want a championship shot as soon as we could get there. Will we see Travis Scott? There was so many rumors out there, like Travis Scott, you know, like he's going to show up. At one point, people were saying he was actually going to wrestle at this show. I don't know. There's been no Rock rumors. You know, anytime WWE was in LA, whether it was for a big Raw or SummerSlam, we always dreamed about, you know, The Rock wrestling. Not because it's his hometown of Miami or Hawaii, because of the fact it's the land of the movie stars, and that The Rock would have to defend his hometown, and he would want to, you know, fill up, you know, all of his movie star friends inside of the arena to see it. I think things between The Rock and WWE are beyond worse than ever. I wasn't joking. I'm really high on WWE. WWE is the one brand that I like. I don't see myself missing a Monday Night Raw to watch almost anything else along the way. Once Monday Night Football comes into play, that's where things honestly are going to get a little sketchy. I believe that the football season starts in September. So we have a little while until we get to that. And I think the one thing that is hard to do in the app generation is flip from YouTube TV to Netflix. I haven't seen any I have a YouTube TV box. I haven't seen a smart TV where they're able to do it one way or the other. But that is honestly going to be a pain in the ass. And I don't think that my girlfriend's going to go for me having Raw on the TV and having Monday Night Football on my laptop and us watching it that way, because she doesn't really love to watch either, but I think she is going to throw a fit if I try to watch both at the same time. But I don't even know how I got off on that. I think more than anything else, this match is built around two champions are going to be in the ring at the end of this pay-per-view, and somebody at this point is going to have the Money in the Bank briefcase. In a previous video, I picked Seth Rollins to win it. I don't think anybody else takes a chance of winning it. I would say that Rollins has an over 50% chance of winning this match. And, you know, when you pair up everybody else, they can take, you know, 40% split between the other ones in there. I just don't get it. And, you know, if Rollins wants to come out at the end of this match, I think with the storyline with Gunther and the Jey Uso versus Gunther match that's going to be taking place on Monday Night Raw 2 nights after Money in the Bank, you got to think that Jey Uso's going through a table, getting hit by a truck, getting ran over by a car. He's taking some damage. He's taking a beating in this match. And if we've seen John Cena heel-style matches, they're very slow, very drawn out. Wouldn't be surprised if, you know, Rhodes and Uso both get hit with the championship belt. Hopefully Logan Paul will bring some excitement, jumping off the top of something or something like that. He always shows me something that I've never seen inside of a match before. I find Logan Paul to be my breakout star of this year. But I think almost every year he's been wrestling, he's been my breakout star. This year he's really stepped it up, being a full-time guy in WWE, and I'm really pumped for it. Honestly, in this match, I think that Cody as well as Jey Uso have to win it. The story's got to be that Jey Uso is just getting beat down and beat down and beat down. Do we see Seth come out and try to cash in? If I'm Gunther, I try to break that up because of the fact that you already have a match, and I don't want to fight. If I'm Gunther, I don't want to fight Seth Rollins, even though he went through a Money in the Bank match. We've seen Jey Uso get his butt kicked on Monday. We saw him, basically going to get his butt kicked in this match, and then he's going to have to turn around and wrestle again in 2 nights. And, with Seth Rollins, you're going to have Bronson Reed and you're going to have Braun Breaker that you have to mess with along the way. But then again, also, if you think about Gunther's conversation in the back, he was really honestly saying some really positive things about Jey Uso in the back. That he was a better champion than he thought he was going to. You got to give it to him that he's really helpful with his friends. And I don't know, maybe we could see a babyface turn for Gunther coming out of this, where he's the guy who steps up to Seth Rollins, and we have a Seth Rollins versus Gunther string of matches, and we find out what Gunther's like when he's in WWE and he's not actually being a champion or fighting for a championship. But this is going to be a fun match. I think that the story is more about everything else that's not happening inside of this match. It sucks that we are going to have 2 really good matches on this Money in the Bank show, and everything else just kind of seems like filler to get us through. I don't know. I just think WWE is in a weird spot right now. They're putting on good shows. Nothing is groundbreaking. Nothing is new. You always know that WWE is going to be hitting on all cylinders from January until April. It's just a matter of how long they can keep it going. We all know what September, October, definitely November, December are like, where you're just like, get us to the Royal Rumble already. But we'll see what's going on. WWE taking some strays in the news right now. It kind of seems like the internet was thinking that WWE was thinking they were bigger and better than they were, and they're trying to bring them back down to where they were. I know that there's the big AEW All In show coming. The amount of people coming out saying that WWE is bad right now, I don't hear a lot of people saying the opposite, that AEW is better. So maybe maybe there's a lot of people that jumped back into wrestling that all of a sudden are losing interest, that'll come back in January next year. And those are the people sort of grumbling. I don't know, but I'm watching the show. I'm looking forward to having a good Saturday. I'm definitely looking forward to having a good Monday. I wish I knew more about Mexico. I'm not telling you that I'm definitely not checking out the Win Worlds Collide show, but it's not on my list of things that I'm planning on doing. If I'm finding myself on the couch, I'll turn on Peacock. I'll check it out and see what I can see on there. But we'll see. It's going to be one hell of a weekend. Los Angeles, WWE, Money in the Bank 2025. Let's go.